Welcome to another episode of Recruitment Technology Founder Stories. Today I'm joined by Thijs Visser of Cruit. Welcome, Thijs.
Welcome, thank you.
So tell me a little bit about yourself. Can you sort of introduce yourself and tell me what led you to the wondrous world of recruitment technology?
Absolutely. My name is Thijs Visser. I'm co-founder of Cruit. And the reason why I'm co-founder of Cruit and I entered recruitment tech is because I worked for a corporate before, which was like a sidestep. I worked for numerous tech startups like Siver and Wasteless and Kindly. And in my last role as a board member of Orange Cyber Defense, I saw that we had a referral program, but it was so suboptimal, so manually organized that could be done better. And together with three other co-founders, Thijs and Yuri, we founded Cruit to improve that whole experience and to optimize referral hiring.
So how does that work? Do you just sort of sit together in a garage, the three of you together, and think, right, actually, I think we're onto something, and you've got the whiteboards going, and you've got the sticky notes everywhere. Is that how it goes?
It's funny you mentioned that, because actually it's exactly that. Personally, not for me, but the other three co-founders started a couple months earlier than I did, because they were together and they founded an AI job board before. And Cruit is a spin-off of that, together with one of the customers who asked literally for our product. I said, why don't I have an app that actually is helping my workforce to promote my jobs? And they were literally working in the basement of one of the other founders' mother.
See, that's how it goes. That's how startups were born.
That's really how it works. And I entered, luckily or unluckily, a couple months later. So I have never experienced the basement, but right after that, and now we have a beautiful office opposite of Artis in Amsterdam.
So what sort of solution is it? You tapped into it a little bit earlier, but tell me in a nutshell, how would you sell it to me?
Absolutely. So basically, Cruit is a referral app that helps you to unleash the true power of referrals, meaning that referral recruitment in general is the most cheap, fastest, best way of recruitment for companies, but typically it's quite suboptimal manual, like I said. And with our app, fully integrated with all ATS systems, API-based, we organize that in an app and make sure the engagement of the workforce is very high towards sharing the jobs they have and their open positions on numerous social channels. And we push that back to the ATS system so they can work in their ATS. And by doing that, we make sure we optimize the referral hiring to much more higher percentages than before. So their cost per hire goes down a lot and the workforce is happy. The workforce receive the bonuses, which maybe otherwise would have gone to external recruitment agencies. So they do more with their own referrals. And next to that, and that's also very important to mention, we're in the soft launch phase of launching Cruit Public. And that means we not only have the best-in-class referral software for companies, but we're going to open the app to everyone, meaning that you as well could download the app, see the jobs of our customers, share a referral, and earn a reward, even though you're not working for companies who are our clients, like Suit Supply or Crisp. And in that way, we're going to open up the market for referral hiring even bigger and tap into a potential that before companies didn't have, because now they will have referrals from people who not work for their workforce, which typically also makes it much more diverse, because maybe diversity is the only flaw from normal in-house referral recruitment, because basically what you have in your workforce,
hiring your friends,
you're hiring your friends and family, and now it goes via networks of networks of networks. And anyone else can empower their own network. And our slogan there also is your network pays off, and earn a buck on something that is in your network.
So typically when you look at referrals, obviously you mentioned the referral bonus as being one of the sort of primary sources of, well, actually, if I'm getting paid a little bit, that's a nice sort of incentive to get someone hired in the company. But are there any other factors that you see are successful in getting people involved in referral hiring?
Absolutely. I mentioned the word reward, by the way. Reward is general. So we have a fully customizable store that for every customer we design. And it could be products that we put in there. Apple Watches, coffee machines, whatever people fancy, gift cards, numerous cash rewards, but we also, for instance, have charity donations in there. And the companies can also put in their own products or gift cards. So, for instance, we have a company that is selling clothes and they want to put in the gift cards of their own company.
Makes sense.
So the credits that they earn with making a referral, they can spend back to their company as well. So it's broad. It's quite broad. And we see when their experience is good for the referrers, so the workforce, then they're open to do it. So we make it very easy. We only have an app. We don't do it in the browser because the engagement of the workforce these days is here on the mobile phone and is not actually in the browser. So we make it simple, we make it fun, and through that, we just improve and optimize referral hiring a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds so logical, right? It sounds like, because I've oftentimes read the newsletter of Kevin Wheeler's and those types of the world, and obviously referral hire is the topic that constantly comes back as, well, actually, you shouldn't be doing all this LinkedIn sourcing. You should probably just make sure you have a referral program and run that successfully, because, you're not going to refer someone to a company if you don't believe that either in the company or that person. So I think the entire process is built on trust.
Absolutely.
Whereas, just regular recruitment is not necessarily based on trust. It's just based on gut feel and instinct and all of that. Well, actually, I'm not going to refer someone if I don't believe that person is not going to be successful. So
that's very true. And what you mentioned here is that typically people who work for a company, they know best what their friends and their family and their network likes better than any recruiter. So you see in research as well that a referral hire is spending much more years at a company in general than a normal hire. Yeah. If they enter the company through a person who worked there already. Yeah. So they stay longer, they hire them faster, and the cost per hire is a lot cheaper as well. So you have this workforce, and on the other side, there's a side benefit because you give a reward in terms of products or gift cards or cash, whatever you choose, to your own employees, so your own employees are more happy as well because you reward them. So we see with our clients, for instance, Crisp, the online supermarket. We have a beautiful customer story, by the way, on the Cruit.work, so check it out. You see that because we're so successful there, because it really gives the people in the company the feeling we're doing this together. Yeah, we're hiring the people to grow our company together. Yeah, and that helps a lot. And if you make that fun, and we can do that easily through a mobile app software, then you're successful. So you mentioned Crisp. Are there any other sort of feedback that you receive? Just because you've obviously had to trial and error in the beginning, I feel like, because every startup has gone through that phase. But what has the sort of general consensus been for you? Well, I think we're quite happy where we are in terms of product. Okay. So the product is of course, it's growing. So we have, for instance, recently we now have the Apply Myself button. Yeah. A couple of our customers asked for it because our app is so successful. We are the number one sort of visibility for their own employees for jobs. Right. So if they were making referrals and they want to maybe apply themselves, because you also want to have your own people grow through in your company, they can push the Apply Myself button. So the product is growing. Yeah. We launched it with launching customer Crisp over just under a year ago. But I think it's always getting better, but we're happy there. Yeah. Okay, good. And to get a bit, we've sort of touched the business side of things. Delving into your personal life here. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot, okay, so you've got a passion for referrals. Is that accurate, or is it? What would you say is your passion in life? My passion is, let's be honest, I wasn't born to think, okay, I want to improve referral hiring. No? No. I have a passion for it now, for sure. But I think my passion is to make something from nothing. Okay. And you can do this in numerous ways. You can do this in small things in life, to see someone who's sad and say something and make them happy, and you created something. Yeah. But you can also create a company. And the mission to unleash the true power of referrals is broader than just optimizing referral hiring in my sense, especially since we're launching Cruit Public as well, because it's going to be a B2C product there as well. Yeah. And we're going to help people to earn extra, typically rewards, could be cash, next to their normal life, which is typically done, for instance, via Airbnb if you rent out your house. Yeah. So we're going to tap into that. But for me personally, it's actually to see the people that I'm working with being passionate, and that's definitely the case. And I really feel we're adding something to the space. Okay. Because referral hiring has been out there for years. Yeah. I mean, referring someone is one of the oldest things you can do. Yeah. But the level of integration and of experience could be so much better, which it is. And we see the connection to the public referral as well. So there is improvement to be made. So there is something to create. And I think that's basically what I like in life in general.
I think that's a good answer. I think for most sort of people who are out there creating their own business, I think it's just all about, you know, the people you're working with and the passion you're working with together on a project. I think, you know, it doesn't matter if you're doing a company into referral hiring, or you might creating a company doing water bottles. I don't care. It's all about sort of unanimously moving in the same direction. I think generally people tend to like that.
I think so too. And I think if you're genuine and it's actually from your intrinsic core, then people see it's authentic.
Yeah.
So I don't like double agendas. What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
And basically that.
That's a good one, yeah. Last question here, and another deep one, because we saved the deep questions for last. It's all about legacy. So if you had to sort of summarize your legacy in 50 or 100 years from now, so a long time, what would you like that legacy to be? And then the second question, because it's a two-parter, who would play you in a movie?
Ooh, that's a good one. Legacy, personal, wise, or business?
That's up to you.
Okay, well, let's dive in a bit. Personally, I hope that everyone who's at my funeral says he was a good guy. So we laughed with him. He was honest. He made us laugh. We had a good time with him.
Yeah,
that's it. And of course, that my family and I have kids. That they can say this about their dad as well, and their just passed away husband.
It's gone a bit tragic now.
It's gonna be tragic now. But okay, so basically this. Business-wise, I would say we fulfilled our potential, and that's big. So that's a big question to ask. So I would say both the in-house Cruit solution, but especially the Cruit Public solution, fulfilled its potential, and people are actually using Cruit Public the way they're using Airbnb at the moment to make a referral.
It's a lofty goal.
Exactly. But I think that potential is there. But we do believe that it combines completely with the in-house part. So if you're not doing it correctly in-house, then the Cruit Public would not make it. So that's why we sort of spend so much time on making the experience and the design of the app so well.
Yeah.
So that was business-wise, I think, something. And then to make it even more personal, maybe in business, that people who have done business with me also say the same thing the person in my personal life say about me. So he was a nice guy. It was fun doing business with. And even though it was a business, we also had a laugh every now and then.
I think that's a good note on to end on.
So who's going to play my part? I think it's really difficult. I like the old actors a lot.
Okay, go on.
Like Robert De Niro, for instance. But he's in a lot of mafia movies, so I'm not sure if that's the one.
Is that the tone you want to go with? Yeah.
No, exactly. But I do like him, though, and he's really good.
He's a good actor, for sure. Yeah.
So I go for him.
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro it is.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Good. Thank you, Thijs.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Recruitment Technology Founder Stories. Thank you to my guest, Thijs Visser from Cruit, and thank you all for listening. Please subscribe to our podcast channel wherever you may listen. Thanks.